Have you ever had someone or something totally change your life? A friend, a colleague, an experience? This woman has changed my life, and I'm going to do my best to be poised about this. That's my challenge. That's my confidence challenge. 20 years ago, more than 20 years ago, we were sort of thrown together. My brother-in-law had a old Victorian house, and before you see the really pretty Victorian house, see the one that looks like the Addams Family. That was it, complete with corn stalks out front and an upside down pentacle. So it was a scary house. And he lived downstairs, and then my husband and I moved to the back part of the house, and Chistiane and her husband Sharon moved into the front part of the house. And my brother-in-law was into shamanism, American Indian shamanism at the time, and he thought it would be fun if we all got together and did ceremony around the house and get to know one another. And he taught us, he said, you know what, why don't I teach you the 7 directional prayer, which is all 4 directions and then above and below and within. And we learned it, and we still do it to this day. That is a pattern. And I'm going to have you listen to some of the stories and see about picking up the patterns that we have done in the last 20 years to create this event. Where did this event come from? Well, it was because the event before this, the New Consciousness Expo, we used to have it here, and we had all 4 of these rooms. It got huge. It just was busting at the seams. And then we had speakers upstairs. And our biggest feedback was that everybody can't go to all the booths and the speaking events as well. This was the birth of this event. So it always starts with an idea. And then what happened before the New Consciousness? Oh, I got to tell you, we started that. It was called the NLP Expo. And Chistiane came to me and she said, what do you think about if we start this NLP Expo? And I'm like, heck yeah. So I signed up, and we had about 20 booths down at the McEwen Mansion, and about 20 people showed up. 10 years later, we have over 600 people, and she reached her dream. She always wanted to have the expo over at the big convention center. That was her dream. She accomplished that dream last May. So are you starting to see the pattern? So let's go way, way back to the beginning. We met at the house doing a 7 directional prayer all about nature and spirituality. This was how we started. And she came to me and she said, hey, I've got this book and it has processes in it. Do you want to do it with me? And I said, heck yeah. We started doing NLP processes. Now I know there's people in here. Raise your hand if you know what NLP is. Okay, most everybody does, but some people don't, and I'm just going to share that with you because we've been talking about it all afternoon, and maybe people don't know what it is. Neuro-linguistic programming is what NLP stands for, and it means the reprogramming of your brain. Holly was talking about it, Julia was talking about it, everybody has talked about it, reprogramming your whole body mind. And we just jumped right in. We read the book. We started doing the processes. We hadn't taken any training yet. But the difference, there's a difference between, okay, say you're a computer programmer and you read all about computer programming, but you never program a computer. Does the computer get the information? Where's my computer people? I know you're here somewhere. You have to immerse yourself in these processes. It doesn't work if you don't do it. You know, you want results, you have to do it. So we started playing with this, and we didn't know what we were doing, but things were shifting. So we started changing and shifting and doing it, and then we went on to take our practitioner and our master track, and then the rest is history. Trainer, coach, international trainer, coach, trainer, international coach. See, all this happened in 20 years. So what are you going to do in the next 20 years in your life? You could take this event, and this could be the change you want to see in the world. You could take this one event, and this could be the beginning of what's next for you. And like she said, the sky's the limit, but really the galaxy beyond infinitum is the limit. There is no limit. So do you see the difference? Are you picking up the pattern? Are you picking up the pattern? So fast forward a little bit later, we had become fast friends, because when you do an NLP process with someone, right, Lavon, you are so, it's a kind of an intimate thing to let people into your stuff. And I'm a very closed person normally, and to let her into my stuff and her, me into hers. And anyway, we got super close over the experience. And I have a condo up at Snowbird that I always go to for my birthday, which, by the way, next Labor Day, you're all invited. We'll go up to the Oktoberfest. You can even wear a toga if you want. And we can do a conga line. Conga line, anyone? Do we have any conga line people? Sing German songs, do German polka dancing, and the celebrated Chicken dance. That is the ceremonial dance of my birthday, the chicken dance. I got to do it 3 times last year. So I love it, and it's a chance to just be silly. So how did that all happen? Okay, let's go back to that birthday when it happened. I had this idea, and I said, you know what? I'm not a big fan of black balloons. Let's do something fun. Let's dress up like goddesses. And so we got our best snowbird sheets on, and we put some flowers around our head, and each one of us was a season. You were spring, you were fall. And then my niece was there. She was one season, and her sister was there. And we got this silly idea, and we went up to Oktoberfest in togas. That's how the toga party started. The toga karaoke party started that way. Are you starting to see the pattern? Are you seeing the pattern? All right, let's see. We know how this came about. How did the Feng Shui Treasure Mapping book come about? How did this happen? This came down from the non-physical, and now it's a physical thing, right? Before that was created was the Feng Shui Treasure Mapping audio book, which is on Amazon if you want one. Before that was the workshop. Before the workshop, well, it all started when I was down in Texas. You see, I always offer the metaphor that Chistiane and I are like DNA strand. Sometimes we're like totally together, like right now, and then sometimes she's in China, sometimes I'm in Texas, sometimes she's in Kanab, sometimes I'm in Salt Lake City. At this one time, I was down in Texas, and I quite honestly wasn't digging it. And I had taken my, was that saying it nicely? Okay. I took my hypnosis training, and I took my Feng Shui consultant training, and I went, I wonder what would happen if I combined treasure mapping, which is the old name for vision boarding, by the way, and NLP and Feng Shui, because that's what I do. I'm one of those people that likes to combine things. Look at my plate when I eat. It's like all over the place. So, some people like to combine things, and that's creativity too, is just taking what you know. You can take all the things from all of these people that we have back here and put together something new that's yours. So I decided I'd try it out. So I made this is called the Bagua map in Feng Shui. And when you make a vision board, have you ever made a vision board and you've just thrown a collage onto the paper? What do you get back from the universe? A collage, results. Duh. I mean, it's a mirror. And sometimes that mirror sucks, doesn't it, when you do something crappy. but that's okay. We get to own it. We're responsible adults. So here I made a vision board similar to this one over here. This one is about the size that we make, because I had done treasure mapping before. I was in Mary Kay, and I put the little red, it was like a red Trans Am on there, and I had a picture of me with a red Trans Am, and I never got the Trans Am. Why do you think that was?
Mary Kay has pink.
Well, yeah, I wasn't a pink girl at the time. I have since become a pink girl. All right, we're going to quote from the master. Everything that happens in your life right now is a direct match to the energy vibration you sent out when you stated your desire. Does that make sense? Does that?
Read it one more time.
Okay, one more time. Thank you, Levon. Everything that happens in your life right now is a direct match to the energy vibration you sent out when you stated your desire. Everybody's been talking about it all afternoon. It's not just the words we say, it's how we say it. It's that feeling part. And we're going to do a handout, and you guys are going to get to put it on paper, and you're going to rock it. So that's the deal. And I was looking for a metaphor, and the only metaphor I could think of is water, which is what, Feng stands for wind, and Shui stands for water. So you know how water always balances itself out? It doesn't have one level here and one level down here, right? It always balances itself out. So does that make sense in the whole law of attraction model where it says like attracts like? You have to be a vibrational match to the thing that you want, not just say it, because I used to say affirmations all the time, but I didn't believe it down here. It's like what Julia said about that knower. Oh, hi, I didn't see you there, Britt. Okay, distraction. So you can see why I need some structure, right? All right, and one of the other values of doing your treasure map this way is there's words on there, the affirmations, the intentions, that goes into your left brain, logical brain, and then there's pictures, which your right brain, your subliminal brain, love. You need them both, because we're getting to the place of whole brainness, and this will help get you to the whole brainness state. But that's what I started doing. So I wanted to move back to Utah, back to the story I started telling 10 minutes ago. And I put down in this corner, this is the travel corner, synchronicity. I put a picture of Utah on there because I want to move back to Utah. And I always would come up here to Snowbird on my birthday, and Chistiane through the years, that had become kind of like our brainstorming place. We love to go out in nature and get inspired, and we went up there, and I said, hey, I've got this thing I want you to try out and see how it works for you. She made one, and she's like, heck yeah, let's do this. And come back in like October, she had me, that's when I met Jim Hawks, and we had a class, a workshop at her house. That was the very first workshop. I don't even know, that was at the Thexton house, but I don't remember what year, 16 years ago or something. And a thing was born. Do you see how things happen? Are you starting to get the picture? May I have my lovely Vanna Whites pass out this is your map to manifestation. That's what we're going to do today, because I believe in doing stuff. You're not going to just talk about it, right? You're going to do something with this material. I was recently at the Parliament of World Religions. Who was there? Raise your hand. It was so awesome. I went originally because I wanted to see the Dalai Lama. Well, he got sick and didn't come, but we got to see a special presentation by him, And, you know, you think of the Dalai Lama and you think, oh, meditation. And he said, you know, meditation is great. Let me see if I can do my Dalai Lama voice. Meditation is great, but you must do something. Now, you must do. And basically that's what he told us, to do stuff. And it starts with the meditation, so I'm not going to blow my whole presentation here, but meditate on manifestation. Where's Ian? Will you read that first thing that says meditate on manifestation?
Absolutely.
Really loud.
Meditate on manifestation. What do I want? What do I really want? What do I really, really want?
All right. So does everybody have a pen? Because I want you to write on this. This is your map to manifestation, and by actually writing on this, it informs the brain. It starts making it happen. Do you remember that old Harvard study? Wasn't it a Harvard study where they studied kids in Chicago on graduation, and the ones that actually wrote down their goals achieved their goals? The ones that didn't, not so much? So the act of actually writing is so important for your brain. I think it's not only a kinesthetic thing. You're supposed to be writing, my love.
Oh, sorry.
Write under what you want. Just something. I know, I love you, Lavon. You're so cute. She's immersed, and I love that. Now you get to immerse in your own self on what do you want. And let this just be a surface thing, like, you know, I want a new job, or I want a boyfriend, or I want a girlfriend, or I want, you know, a new car. So just let the first one be something physical that you want.
Too late, I was writing.
I know. We have some avid writers. We have some scribes here.
So what do you want?
So the second one, under what do you really want, go a little deeper. So say if you wanted, on the first you said, I want a job. And then go to the next level. Say, okay, well, why do I want a job? What's underneath wanting the job? Well, because I want to pay my bills. And that's a good thing, to pay your bills. And then after that, go a little deeper. Go all the way down. Did we have enough handouts? Yay. What do I really want? What do I really, really want? Like what Julia was talking about. Get down into that knower, into your heart. Well, I really want to be financially free of any debt so I can become a philanthropist and travel the world and build wells in Africa and that sort of thing. So that's just an example. I'm just doing that example. You can put down anything you want. The important thing is that you're putting something down. You're putting something on paper. You're doing it. You're immersed. When you're finished with that, I'd like to just let your head come to face front so I see what you're doing. I know what you're doing. Almost everybody is almost done. And if you're not done, that's okay. And if you don't get something, that's okay too, because you may get something later. Some people are alone processors. I actually am alone. I like to process all by myself. I get some nods over here. So that's okay. And you may get something tonight in your dreams, you know. So there is no right or wrong. There is no good or bad. There only is what is, and it's all perfect, right? I have a saying, it's perfect, it's all perfect, and then it gets better. So has anybody ever seen this word? This is the A word, not what you're thinking, assuage. Our word in Toastmasters yesterday was assuage. So, affirmation. Has anybody ever heard of this? Okay, Corey, will you read out loud the second one on under the A? All of that.
Action-oriented affirmations. Example, I am clear, I am confident, I am strong. Write yours here.
All right, thank you, Corey. So you've all heard of affirmations. Do I have some avid affirmation people here? You can raise your hand. Yeah, own it, baby. Yeah. Do I have any doubting Thomases? Affirmations don't work. That's okay. They don't belong here. All right. Well, you see by the example that I've put down, 2 words. What are the 2 most important words in the universe? Oh, we have some advanced learners here. I am. I am. It was funny, back in September, I went to the Sedona retreat. Hold up your hand and go brrrr. Those that were there. And we did a wonderful process, and we did affirmations with tapping. You've got to try that out. Affirmations with tapping, because it taps it into all the different places. It's awesome. And I chose, I am that I am. That's a pretty, why not? Why not claim that? Really. I mean, when Moses was in the desert and he was talking to the burning bush, he said, what's your name, burning bush? And he got the information, I am that I am. Yod-He, Vod-He. Those are the most powerful words in the universe because it's all of us. It's all of us here. It's the air in between here. It's the ground. It's everything. We are that. We are that. Imagine, let that just marinate in your head a minute and marinate down in your heart and marinate down in your belly like Holly. Was it Holly that was talking about the 3 brains? Or Julia? Julia. All right. So just everything that everyone has said today, allow that to go in and pick an affirmation that you totally believe and you want to immerse yourself in, because that's the difference between saying an affirmation and it not working. You have to own it. It has to be visceral, guttural, heartfelt for it to work. That's why I never got the car when I was in a Mary Kay lady. I didn't have the confidence. I didn't have it here and here. I was saying those affirmations. Believe me, I've been doing this for 30 years, so I've done everything that you can do, right and wrong and in between. So think of some affirmations that you totally want to own. I am abundance. I am healthy. Like what Holly said, she totally changed her mindset and she healed herself of lupus, and that's a big deal. Big deal. So you can do it. I am healthy. I am wealthy. Think of some things. You can go to the Bagua map right here and say, I am joyful. I am synchronistic. I am receptive. I am a high integrity person. I'm in gratitude. Right? That's the secret to this, is this. Just be grateful for everything. The other day, I go through my whole day doing affirmations in my head and sometimes out loud. I was grateful for my toilet. I mean, think about it. If you didn't have your toilet, that would so suck. I'm serious. I went without water for a week because our water was messed up. You know how much I love my baths. That was torture. I love my bathtub. I love water. Just go through everything. And this is why we pray. This is why we pray over our food, is to send that energy down into the food, that it is yummy and fabulous. Got it. Thanks, Jim. All right, let's move on. See, I thought I was going to have lots of extra time, but apparently I'm a talker. All right.
You just figured that out.
This is going on YouTube. I can't say what I was going to say to you, Lavon. All right. Just because you did that to me, I'm going to make you say the P.
The P?
Read the P part.
Oh, the P, okay. Practical participation doing processes in the present produces powerful products, aka results.
All right. So these are called alliterations. I kind of went a little nuts, but this was what was downloaded to me at 3 in the morning. This whole process, this that you have in front of me, came to me in the middle of the night, and I don't get up in the middle of the night. I love my sleep. And I wrote it down by my bathtub at 3 in the morning. Hi, Chrissy. And at the back of this book, anyway, I just wanted to show you the process of how things come. So I didn't put these on there, my favorite words. Purpose. Purpose. This is what Chistiane calls intent. Having that perfect laser-like thought. And it's really good if you do it as an affirmation. I'm really serious about this. I don't know if you know who Lee Carroll is. Hold your hand up if you know who he is. He's famous all over the world, and they say he's the most accurate at bringing messages from, on high. And he said affirmations are the most important. They're more important now than ever, because have you noticed your manifestations happening faster? It's almost like a joke now. I mean, I kind of am playing with that right now. Like, okay, where's my car keys? Oh, here they are. So it's happening now. This is it. As Chistiane always says to me, she's like, it's happening, and it is happening, and it has been happening, but it's happening faster, isn't it? So we got to get up on that wave. And how we do that is with our passion. I loved what Julia said about your heart. Have you ever heard of heart math? Raise your hand if you've heard of heart math. Ooh, I've got a lot of heart math people. So what I was taught by my beautiful Pam Ballard, who's not here, but she's a heart math practitioner, and her best buddy, Greg Braden, was her study buddy. And she said that when an embryo is formed, the first thing that's formed is the heart. That's the first organ that's formed. What do you think is the second organ?
Brain.
That's what I thought. I thought it was the brain. It's the tongue. Isn't that awesome? That's how powerful our words are. The tongue is the second organ. And then the third is our brain. So what they've studied at Heart Math is we get information here first, and then that informs the brain. It's like a split-second thing. But this knows, as Julia said, before this knows. This is your knower, and this is your knower. I like to think of both of them that way. The other thing she said is 70% of your brain cells are in your heart. 70%.
What?
70%. Isn't that amazing? So the more we drop down into our heart and think with our heart and feel with our mind, the better results we're going to have. So when you think about setting your intention, take your purpose, whatever is your purpose. Hi, Joni. I get distracted. And your passion, your heart, and I see it coming together and going out like a laser beam. You know what I'm saying? You have that going out, you have that going out. They come together about where that camera is. And then you create better. Does that make sense? Am I making sense to people?
Yes.
Okay. The other secret is to do it in the present. Where do we get screwed up? When we're not in the present, right? When we past or future. Lamenting about the past is what I used to call it, and having anxiety about the future. They're both fear, right? They're both fear, either side. Anxiety is future, and then, oh, I should have done better, blah, blah, blah. We don't do that. We don't do that anymore. Got it. The other thing, it brought me back just now to the first time when Chistiane and I were doing that process through the book, and it was about being present. And back then, I had a thin line, like the thin line of an elevator door. That was my present. Because the ego loves the past and the ego loves the future, but it doesn't like the present, because it's not in control in the present. You're in control. Your higher self is in control in the present. That's where we want to live, is right here, right now. That's where all the magic happens, is right here, right now. So think about those affirmations that you put out. Make sure you have a laser-like thought and a passionate heart coming together in the present. All right? So now you can just relax. We're going to do a quickie meditation because I want to integrate all of this information that you have. So you're welcome to put your papers down on the floor and get super relaxed. Make sure your hands and feet are uncrossed. Corey, Levon, my wonderful friends. And put your hands face up in your lap. This is the receptive position. And start to feel like you are in a receptive mode. You're ready to take it all in. Go ahead and allow your back to be erect and shoulders back. And let's do what it's called the heart ease breath. This is the heart math breath that they're giving EMTs, that they're giving military people, they're giving policemen, leaders, because when you think from your heart, you make better decisions. So just allow yourself to breathe in deeper than you normally would. And breathe in slower than you normally would. And find yourself down here in your heart. And you can allow it to open up. Make sure it opens up and just notice how it opens up. Does it open up like a flower? Does it open up like an aperture on a camera? Is it a barn door that opens up? Just notice. And it's okay if your heart doesn't open, that's okay. That's fine. But it's nice if you can give it an opportunity to shine. And I would like you to imagine having a beautiful sunshine on your chest, up here where your thymus gland is, up here where you're, up here, in between your heart and your throat. And make a beautiful sunshine with a little happy face on it. And just imagine if the sun was shining right out in front of you. Allow your chin to go up a little bit. And it's okay to close your eyes if you choose. You can keep them open if you want. But I like to close mine. And just notice that a smile starts to extend your lips right now. Because it's just happy. You can feel the sun coming down and shining on you. The sun shines on everybody. Nobody is excluded. And then with your happy face sunshine right here on your chest, beam back some love to that sun. So there's this beautiful exchange. You can make it into an infinity pattern or however it looks for you. But you're exchanging energy with our beautiful solar sunshine, the light. And allow that light to come in. Allow that light to inform every cell. And from this beautiful place of light, and you're sending out love back to the sun, I want you to think about your affirmation and what you really want, what you really, really want. That desire that we've been talking about. This is the law of attraction. Get into that beautiful state. Chistiane calls it the quantum state of being at your maximum potential. You're already there. You're already there because you just are. It's your body. You can do that. And just notice what you notice. Notice any colors that come to you or symbols, or maybe you'll get some information or not. And it's all perfect. You may get information later tonight in your dreams or next week, but you're going to get a hit of some information. The more you open up your crown chakra, you can imagine a beautiful lotus up there or whatever. Allow that light to come in and inform your body and wash over you. Feng Shui, it's the breath and it's the water, it's the air. We are surrounded by an abundance of air. We get to breathe it. It's here, and it's been here, and there's plenty for everyone. That's abundance. We live in an abundant world. Look at all the leaves on the trees right now. You can't count them. We have an abundant world. This is an abundant world. There is no lack. That is a construct. It doesn't belong in our psyche anymore. Boot it out. And while you're at it, send your ego to Hawaii on vacation. I love doing that. Just send it. It deserves to go on vacation. So send it over to Hawaii. And just let your beautiful blue sky mind open up. Any thoughts you have, just encapsulate them in a little cloud and send them on their way. And feel what it is that you desire totally and completely in your body right now. Now I'm going to ask you, while you're in this beautiful state, to send energy up here to this water. I have structured water up here on the front table, and it's been water that I've gathered in Sedona at special wells that have sacred geometry. It has gold ormus in it. It's been prayed over. But I found that intention, when you send your intentions, that even works better. Your intentions are even more powerful. So I'd like you to send whatever it is that you want into this water, and at the end of my presentation, you can all come up and have some of this water, because water is intelligent and water holds information, and we're at least 70% water. So why not drink in your affirmation? Why not drink in your intention and make it so? As above, so below. As within, so without. Let's make it happen. So with that, just taking a nice deep breath. So it is. So be it. Bam. Bring yourself back to the here and now. Let your little toes wiggle around in your chair. And when you're ready, your eyes will flutter open. That's beautiful. We have 5 minutes left? Good. Excellent. Just wiggle around. Make sure you're all the way back, and the water will help you come back. So this is powerful stuff right here. This is what Chistiane was talking about, the cutting edge quantum stuff that's happening. Oh, I didn't tell you that this water has been reset by this Dr. Ken West, who is he has found that sacred geometry is so powerful to reset how we were talking about the subliminal brain, all that stuff that they're constructs that don't belong within us. He has reset this water, so it is pure water. You'll walk out of here a different person, because it is the quantum world we live in now. So that's pretty much my presentation. On the back of your paper, I'm going to be offering a workshop, the thing I was talking about earlier, the Feng Shui Treasure Mapping with NLP workshop. This is where the magic happens, guys. You can talk to Chistiane about how many trips she's manifested. Who else? Lavon, what have you manifested?
I look at every area there, and every part of my life is so much higher than it was the first time I did your class. And by the way, I did her class the first time. I went, that was cool, loved it. And then when you were doing it for something else, I was like, oh no, I've done that. But I went anyway. It was like scriptures for me. And now I can't count how many times I've done it, and every time is a deepening. So I'm going to give you that plug because I love you.
Thank you. Yeah, I have a lot of repeaters that come, and you think, oh, why make a new map? But every year, you're a different person. You're a different person than you were before that meditation. And you're going to be a different person after the water. So make sure you come up and get some. And Sharon wants to share. Oh, and Sharon. Okay.
You go first.
Oh, okay. Well, don't. Hurry, I have 2 minutes.
If you're struggling, or if you want your life to change, or if you're looking for answers, come play with Jan.
Come
Seriously. And enjoy the roller coaster ride. Put your arms up and say, woo.
Woohoo! And you get bubbles.
Oh my gosh. narrow it down, it is hard. It is hard. If you've heard things like this will change your life, this will change your life, and you're going, maybe them, maybe them, maybe them, but I've just got so much work to do. I don't think I can, I'm coming at this too late. It's too little. I don't think I can change my life, but maybe I can get just a few Band-Aids to help, okay? I came at this, not a young chick, okay? And it is peeling the onion. It is the layers. And Jen keeps adding too. So yes, we keep changing, but you keep adding too. In a nutshell, what have I really gotten that you can relate to is I decided I wanted to start a grooming business. Well, I can't physically handle big dogs. Okay, so just do little dogs. Well, I don't want to rent a big space. I don't want to work, with PetSmart, all of this. I was named Groomer of the Year by a local magazine. I had absolutely nothing to do with that. This is just their readers' votes. I had nothing. I just found out when I hired a new person this past week that I am the only groomer in the valley that has like 5 stars when you go on all of these vetting systems that I don't know anything about. And it is simply by peeling the onion back, finding my passions, find what really moves me, what do I really want to do. Architecture. I'm a member of the National Trust for Historic Preservation. I love all types of architecture. I would love to build this dream house, that other. I really love to travel. So what am I doing? Airbnb. I can go and I can rent out the 2 rooms in my home, and I can go and stay in a castle, a log cabin, every type of beautiful architecture that I love, and have kitchen privileges and do it reasonably without having to buy, purchase, build, blah, blah, blah. I can have the experience I want and walk in and out all over the world. So these are just examples of clearing away the crap, getting down to who we really are, and finding out how to make it work for us, that it ain't that hard. We just always kind of made it hard and out there and great for you and great for you and great for you, but I don't know for me. So, thanks.
Thanks. That's a powerful thing, what you said, because, I used to think I couldn't do what Chistiane did. I mean, she's we always joke about she's got some pretty big shoes to fill. That's a joke. Size 15. But she's gently, she's like a little mama goose. She just keeps, nudging me to my next thing, and I'm so very grateful for that. So I just want to thank everybody for coming and supporting me and supporting Chistiane and all these wonderful practitioners. And you're at the right place at the right time, and you can do it too.
Go Quantum, dude!